Hey everybody, today we are going to be installing some communications in the wife's new Wrangler. Went with the Midland MXT275 and we're going to get that in. It is 26 degrees outside. It is very cold. We're doing this in the garage, so the lighting may not be the best, but we have some fun stuff to kind of help out with that. So helping us with the video today is going to be our Big Red Campfire from Camco. It's 26 degrees, but this thing heats up the garage just enough to take the edge off, which is really, really welcome. We are going to install our Midland Micro Mobile MXT275. This is a 15-watt GMRS radio, and we're going to use the 3 decibel gain little ghost antenna, the microphone extension cable, and then the regular Midland antenna cable. Picked this because the microphone has a speaker built in. All the controls are there. You don't need to have the unit itself mounted anywhere that you need it. So that's a really nice feature of this radio. That's why we picked it. I don't have this radio in mind. I have the model down, and I really, really wish I had the microphone and the speaker inside of the handheld mic. That would be really nice. So to get power to this thing inside, I am going to disassemble and use this beautiful harness that came with some lights that I didn't use on the truck because I do all my own wiring, but I'm going to salvage this because you never ever get rid of wiring, nuts, bolts, anything like that. Always keep it. The mount we're going to use for the ghost antenna is this little guy. It's going to go on the driver's side. We're going to mount it to the driver's side right here. I'll show you how to do that here in just a little bit. I would like it back here. She wants it back here. So if we can, we're going to do that. And to do that, you're going to take a T40 Torx, and these little guys just come right out. So these go in the top. Remember that. There's a different type of bolt altogether from what you had. We're going to put them in the cowl so I don't lose them. Yeah, there we go. So once you take these 4 bolts out, then this piece should just pop right off, like so. So there you go. And that's where we're going to actually run the wiring for the power ground and the antenna. And this antenna mount, what it's going to do is it's going to kind of go on the bottom like so and rest against there. Okay? And that's where we're going to mount the antenna. So it's going to sit there when we're done with the installation. All right, so we're going to salvage this harness. This is a relay harness for some ditch lights that I put on my truck. I already had wiring for those, so I didn't need this. It's always a good idea to save wires, switches, plugs, connectors, bolts, nuts, anything, because you never know when you can use it. And there's a nice fuse for us. Alright, so we're going to, I love these things, wire stripper, pullers, all in one. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we have to get one of these harnesses attached, so move all the junk out of the way. And same thing, we're going to take black and the red, positive, negative, go ahead and give us a lead. Now, I'm going to use these new connectors that I got. These are, I've never used these, but they are solder seal wire connectors. So get that in there. And the idea is you want to get the solder joint right there. So let's try this out and see what happens. I got plenty of wire, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So, got our little heat gun, and we are just going to go ahead and melt this little guy together. How about that? Okay. So I think it worked pretty well. I don't know if you take a look at it, but I don't know if you could see, but it actually, the solder did melt. You can't zoom that way. All right, cool. So let's try another one. and put our heat shrink over. Alright, so I want to test the connection I just made. I should have done it before I heat shrinked it and everything, but hey, I'm kind of confident. So loosely, I'm just setting the positive terminal on the battery because it only has to make a very temporary connection right now. Hook my test light up, little test light guy, and I want to touch it to the positive, and we've got light, which means good connection. So we've got a wiring harness that runs through this black plastic piece here, and we're going to run the power for this radio unit from the battery through that harness. So we have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 10mm nuts off. There's one. So these are 10mm, by the way. So your reservoir should come up. There you go. So you take these 10mm nuts off so you can slide this out of the way. And the reason you need to do that is there's these little tiny clips in here. So let's try this little guy. Now I should be able to give it that little, oh, that's much easier. So this channel, this plastic little channel guy, you open it up, you can put the power wire right in, and it makes it really a super nice clean finish, which I can appreciate. So if you remember how I said you save everything, little nuts and bolts and washers and all kind of stuff, you always save everything because Jeep has this really cool little stud on the negative terminal that we're going to use to go ahead and ground this. So when I put this here, I had an extra nut laying around, and look at that, perfect. So you always save your nuts and bolts and stuff. Alright, when you're putting your nuts back on, so we got the harness. I used a Dremel and kind of reamed that out a little bit, made a nice little area for that to go through, a little path. Got it tied down, got the fuse out, everything's disconnected, but we ran the power right to the battery. The ground is over here, it'll go to that post, which worked out super nice. We've got our harness channel there tucked back in. Start these all by hand, and then after you put your coolant bottle back on, there's a little stud, little peg under that coolant bottle, so make sure that rubber gasket goes on. I gave it a shot of WD-40 to make it a little bit easier. Now that we have power, we can go ahead and run it through here. Get the antenna on, run the antenna through. We can run the power and the antenna through, and then we'll go ahead and set everything up on the inside. So we're going to run our antenna cable in along with the power. So everybody says, I guess there's different contradicting theories on this, but they say you don't want to have too much, antenna cable than you need. You don't want to twist it, wind it up, coil it up. I have it coiled up in the truck. I had it coiled up in the Jeep. I had it coiled up in everything, and I get radio traffic from 4, 5, 10 miles away sometimes. So I don't agree with the fact that it degrades your signal. Maybe it does. I'm not an engineer, but it's never affected me in a negative way, so I'm just going to do it again because I'm not cutting this. I don't have the tools to go through and refit this connector to the end of a cut cable. But if for some reason on this thing it ends up being a pain in the ass and doesn't want to work, then I'll just buy a different cable and switch it out. So no big deal. Anyway, what we're going to do...
I also think we don't travel, we don't have a need for further distance.
No, our people we go with are usually pretty close together.
Yeah.
A mile or two apart at the most at any given time. But anyway, so we got our power and ground. Everything's ran through this neat little hole here, right in this little foam, I don't know, whatever, sound deadening foam filler panel. Just ran it through there. We're going to kind of follow this. There's a plug here for something. I don't know for what, but higher models maybe it has some funky thing. But we're going to go ahead and feed this into the Jeep. We're going to fish it through a lot nicer than that, but for now, until we get behind the dash, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and put the panel back on and put the antenna mount on. I'm going to feed the antenna feed through there so that we can get the outside of this thing buttoned up. And then we can go ahead and go inside and install the rest of the stuff. I'm going to go ahead, this whole thing's covered, so right next to the drain tube for the roof, you can pull this little plastic trim away, and you can get it, if you look up through here, you can get it right through this little plastic rubber trim piece.
Am I getting it?
Yeah, and then you can get it into the vehicle this way behind the dash. There we go. So now these two little clips are, if you look, those two little guys back there, those came out. So I can get through there. I can come up and over this and go right behind the dash. So I could pop these panels and get that in easy. So I'm going to do the same thing with the antenna wire right now. Just get it up to where we know we need it to be, and then we'll pop it behind there and see what happens. There's one of the clips I see right there. Pop. And pop. Take it down. There's another one. Pop that one, pop that one. All right. It should just go right in. Why are you not going? There we go. So there's 1, 2. All right, so now we can take our power and our antenna, we can run it down, run it right behind here, and then we can mount everything up. All right, so now that we've got our antenna run, we've got our power run, it's time to put this piece back on. We're gonna let this hang for a little bit here while we put this back on. It just slides right in. Okay, so when we install this, we're gonna use a spacer on the backside. Use the supplied bolt. We're gonna put it in so that little leg goes up underneath that plastic trim piece, okay? So we're just gonna finger tighten that for now. Everything else fits in there, so we're good. Let's get our other bolts. These long bolts, remember those go in the top. Start every bolt by hand always. You don't want to strip anything out because then it's going to be a nightmare. It is also a T40 Torx. So what this does is that spacer keeps the metal off of the paint so that you don't chip the paint, which is really nice, okay? So we're going to tighten these down, and then we're going to go ahead inside and get this thing going. The antenna itself is going to kind of go through here and just come up through here. So this little guy here, we're going to take it off. That's what the antenna is going to thread onto. Set that down. And what we're going to do, we're going to mount that through. Take the little spacer off. It doesn't fit through there anyway. Hold that. And then you're going to put this, you're going to take the big one, you're going to thread it onto there. So what happens now that that's on there, we want the Midland antenna. It just threads right on. Just like that. And then that's the ghost antenna install. We want to mount our Midland base behind here like everybody else does. The sound is not going to come through here. We have it programmed so it comes through the microphone, so we don't need access to this. It doesn't need to be, out in the open. The only advantage doing that would be this USB-C charge, but we got enough different ports in the Jeep anyway, so we're not going to worry about that. So here's my thought. You're going to take this apart basically. Same way, plastic pry tool. These little plastic clips. And then you should just be able to walk right down and keep pulling, and this whole panel comes off. So, cool thing that Jeep did, this is a heated seat module. I looked at the part number to make sure that's what it was. And this little bracket here has 2 holes. Oddly enough, those holes line up perfectly with the Midland mount. So I'm going to put it here so that the whole unit itself, when it's installed, will actually sit just like that right there. I just have to trim a little bit of this front plastic cover off, which is not a big deal. We're going to use a Dremel and buzz these two guys off because I'd have to take those off anyways if we were going to Velcro it. I think we're going to put it right there. It's going to make a nice little mount. It's going to be there and secure and out of everybody's way. And it should work out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and get the hardware and we're going to install that now. The coax connector from this little guy, right? So that comes off. No big deal. And then we're going to feed that through the same way. Okay, so on this bracket down here, we're going to actually use Velcro and zip ties. I don't have hardware. It didn't come with it small enough to mount this, so we're going to kind of do one of these and see how it goes. So we're going to Velcro it in right there so it stays put. Okay, so we got that. Let's trim these off. There's that. So now I just have to secure the leads down there, and then we should be good. So I can actually go ahead and slide this through. I gotta get my hand up. Perfect. So let's get our Midland extension cable so we can mount the microphone in a good spot here. And quite simply,
hooked up in the back?
No, I'm going to hook it up in the back in just a second. But first I have to get this extension cable in there, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and run that right up over top. And for now, we're going to find that. And we're just going to pull it down. Up. Go over. Not sure what I'm stuck on until I get back there, but I want it to do just that right there. And then when I put the plastic panel back on, it should fit. So let's try that now. So it doesn't stick out at all where this goes. It should just pop right back on there. Perfect fit. See that? Look at that. Now I have to crawl under, button up some wiring, and then we'll run the mic, plug her in, and turn it on. Complete.
Almost.
And we mounted the microphone right there for the MXT275. Ran the microphone extension down behind there. Jeep has a nice little nook, like a little valley, whatever there, that the microphone cord fits through, which is really nice. So everything's behind the carpet there. And that's it. So super clean install.
East on Monday. Low pressure and associated weak cold front will impact the area Monday evening into Tuesday, followed by another system late Wednesday.
So cool. She likes it. I like it. And now time for more.